Hello everyone, welcome to Believers IS Academy, Bengaluru. Today we will be starting a brand new series called Previous Year Questions Discussions. Okay, so UPSC Prelims questions have been improving, have been evolving every year. So we will start on discussing the previous question from 2024 onwards. Okay, from 2024 we will start from 2024 and then 2023 and year onwards. So today the topic and the questions which we will be discussing on is polity, which is very important from UPSC prelims perspective. Okay, so today we will be discussing UPSC prelims question paper of 2024. Okay, so brief discussion about 2024. In 2024 question paper there are around 17 questions from polity. Okay, there are total 17 questions from polity. That shows the importance that is given to polity. Okay, so polity and governance, it becomes very important from prelims perspective. So today we will try to look into the important questions asked in prelims questions paper. Okay, and also try to analyze how you can answer the questions. Okay, there will first we will try to answer based on the knowledge we have. Then if you don't have enough knowledge regarding the subject, then we will try to look into certain tricks. Okay, so the questions we will be discussing is on set D. In set D, the first question was so there are total 17 questions in today, 2024 prelims question paper. We will try to discuss 10 questions or 5 to 7 questions today and rest of the questions tomorrow. So the first question was, as per Article 368 of the Constitution of India, the Parliament may amend any provision of the Constitution by way of 1 addition, B 2 variation, 3 repeal. Okay, so select the correct answer using the code given below. So option A 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, D 1 2 3 only. Okay, so what do you understand by amendment? Okay, so it is a very straightforward and easy questions. Okay, amendment is you can either add, either you can reduce or repeal, or you can vary the constitution. That is called as amendment. Okay, but what happens is when you are in the exam center, as soon as you see the question paper, as soon as you see the questions, as soon as you see the options, you start overthinking it. Okay, so instead of overthinking it, try to give any example from your head. Okay, for example, if we talk about Article 368, which provides us the power to amend the Indian Constitution. First, we'll take an example of 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. The same Constitutional Amendment Act first added Article 300A. Okay, Article 300A. What is Article 300A? It says that the property of an individual can be taken away by the authority provided by law. Okay, so government or the executive has the right to take away the right to property. Okay, that was given under Article 300A. Okay, in the same Constitutional Amendment Act, they removed or repealed 31 and 19 clause 1 clause F. Okay, what was 19 clause 1 right to clause 2? It was the right to property. Okay, right to property was Article 19 1F. So what is Article 31? Article 31 was you cannot take away the property of an individual. That is, there is a right against a deprivation of a property by an individual. Okay, so if the government or if the executive want to take away the property, they have to follow certain procedures, and they cannot take away property without the permission of the individual. That was the rights provided, and these were repealed and this was added. Okay, in the same article, in the same amendment, they made variations to Article 356. What is Article 356? 356 is one of the emergencies, and Article 356 talks about President's rule. Okay, what they added or what they varied to President's rule is, before this they can expand or extend the President's rule for any number of years, but after 44th Amendment Act, they added an extra layer of protection for President's rule so that it cannot be misused. The protection was, if the President rule has to be extended beyond 1 year. For President rule, every 6 months there will be every 6 months approval should be taken from both the houses. After 6 months, after 1 year, if you want to continue the President's rule in a particular state, you have to meet 2 conditions. The conditions were, national emergency is already in place in that particular state, and second condition is election commission of India should say that it is not feasible to conduct elections at the moment. Okay, if those two conditions are met, then the national presidential can be extended beyond 1 year. Okay, but the maximum time period is only 3 years, but after 1 year you have two extra conditions so that it has to satisfy. So now moving on to the questions. So addition, we have added article 300A. Variation, article 356 have been varied by article 44 44th amendment act, and then repeal 331 and 191 F are repealed from the constitution. So what is your correct answer becomes D, 1 2 3. Okay, so this is a straightforward question, you will be able to answer it very easily. Now moving on to the second question of the polity part is question number 68. What is question number 68? Question number 68 is about UPSC's favorite topic, that is money bill. Question is, consider the following statements with respect to money bill in the parliament. Okay, statement 1, article 109 mentions special procedures in respect of money bills, that is correct. Option 2, money bill shall not be introduced in the council of states, that is also correct, because what happens is UPSC is playing a trick with UPSC is playing the age-old trick of words. Okay, word play. Council of States. What is Council of States? That is Rajya Sabha. Okay, can you introduce a money bill in Rajya Sabha? No. And option 3 or statement number 3, Rajya Sabha can either approve the bill or suggest changes but cannot reject it. This is also true. And amendment statement number 4, amendments to the money bill suggested by Rajya Sabha have to be accepted by the Lok Sabha. Just read the statement. Who has the more power, Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha? It is Lok Sabha, right? So is Rajya Sabha in any position to give orders to Lok Sabha? No. So in Indian polity or Indian federal structure or Indian diarchy, structure is so that Lok Sabha has high power compared to Rajya Sabha. So only power Rajya Sabha has with respect to money bill is can either approve the bill or suggest the changes, but they cannot reject it. And if the amendments which are suggested by Rajya Sabha, it is no fast and rule that Lok Sabha has to accept it. Lok Sabha can or cannot accept it. Okay, so now the answer will be 1 is correct, 2 is correct, 3 is wrong, so 3 is correct, 4 is wrong. So answer will be option C, 1 2 3 only. So they are asking the correct statement. You have to make sure you read the statement properly. Like many of the students, even after knowing the correct answers, they will be making mistake because they have not read it properly. They will be reading the correct incorrect or incorrect correct. Okay, so don't make mistakes here. Now after this, next question regarding polity is okay. Next question is Northeast Regional Council. Okay, Northeast Council. Okay, we'll try to answer this question. 70, question number 70 is Northeastern Council was established by Northeastern Council Act 1971. Subsequent to the amendment of NEC Act 2002, Council comprises of which of the following members? 1. Governor of the constituent state. 2. Chief Minister of the constituent state. 3 members nominated by the President of India, and the Home Minister of India. And you have to choose the option 1 2 3 1 2 3 only, 3 4 only. Okay, first and foremost you have to understand what is Northeast Council, what is Northeastern Council. You know about zonal councils, right? Okay, what are zonal councils? Zonal councils are statutory bodies. Why they are called as statutory bodies? Because they are established under the States Reorganization Act of 1956. Okay, total there are 5 zonal councils. 4 were like Northern, Central, Southern, Western councils were there, and 5th one was Northeastern Council, which was very recently added. So according to the States Reorganization Act of 1956, the composition of zonal council is Home Minister, he acts as a chairperson, then Chief Minister, he is the vice chairperson, and then Chief Minister plus 2 members who are appointed by the governor and governor of the state. Okay, now come to this question. What are they asking? First is governor of the constituent state. So this becomes right. Second is Chief Minister of the constituent state. This is also right. Third one, 3 members nominated by the President of India. This is right. And then according to amendment of NEC Act 2002, after the amendment of 2002, 3 members to the nominated by President of India has been added. And option number 4, according to the Zonal Act, the Home Minister of India is the chairperson of zonal councils, so he is also present here. So totally 1, 2, 3, 4. The correct answer is D. Okay, all the persons are members of the Northeast Zonal Council. Okay, and next question is, how many delimitation commissions have been constituted by the government of India till December 2023? A 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a straightforward factual question. What is delimitation commission? It is a commission which is a statutory body which is established by Delimitation Commission Act. Its function is to reorganize the boundaries and provide the seats. Okay, boundary and seats, reorganization of boundaries of the state and reorganization of the seats are provided to the states. That is the function of Delimitation Commission. So they are asking how many have been constituted already. So first one was constituted in 1952, and then 63, 72, 2002, and next one will be constituted in 2026. So at present there are 4 have been already constituted. So the correct answer will be 4. Okay, so factual question. And if you are thorough with your Delimitation Commission Acts, if you are thorough with your like Parliament chapter, you would be able to answer this properly. And then 72 question. This is also straightforward question. The Constitution 71st Amendment Act of 1992 amends 8th schedule to the Constitution to include which of the following languages? Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali, Maithili. Select the correct answer. So the correct answer is straightforward. You have to remember these things. There is no other alternative. That is Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali. This is the correct answer. If you just remember the latest which have been added through the latest amendments, then you will be able to answer this question easily. If the correct answer here is Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali, that is option A, 1, 2, and 3 only. Then consider the following pairs. So last year was the election year. So most of the questions are related to parties and elections. This question here is asking about consider the foreign political parties and its leaders. Bharatiya Janasangh. Okay, Bharatiya Janasangh was the predecessor of Bharatiya Janata Party. So whenever there is a manifesto by BJP, you will be hearing this name. That is Dr. Shyam Prasad Mukherjee. So he is belonging to Bharatiya Janasangh. And then Socialist Party. If you are thorough with Indian history, that too post-Gandhian era in 1940s to 1930s to 1950 and 1947 era. In that, there was a Socialist Party established by Indian Socialist. Who was the chief Indian Socialist during that time? Acharya Narendra Dev. So Socialist Party was established by Acharya Narendra Dev. So 2 becomes wrong, and obviously 4 is also wrong. The question is asking only 1, only 2, only 3, only 4, all the 4. So only 1, this is right already, and second, only 3 is wrong, only 4 is wrong. So the like your choice is between only 1 and only 2. And Congress for Democracy. If you have any idea about Jagjeevan Rao, you will be knowing Congress for Democracy was established by Jagjeevan Rao. This is also very factual. So you will be left with 50-50. You can choose here either 1 or 2. So here the option is, correct answer is only 2. Okay, this is also factual only. Now moving on to the next questions in polity section. So the question is asking about parts of the constitution. Okay, so constitution is divided into total 25 parts. Each part is based on the particular subject. So here the question is, which of the following statements are correct about the Constitution of India? Powers of municipalities are given in part 19A of the Constitution. That is correct. Second, emergency provisions are given in the part 18 of the Constitution. That is also correct. Provisions related to amendment of the Constitution are given in part 20 of the Constitution. That is also correct. Okay. So for these things, if you are opening Lakshmikant book and if you are reading any particular chapter, the first paragraph of the chapter deals with this part. Okay, if you are opening municipalities or panchayat, the first paragraph of the chapter shows that these provisions belong to so and so part. And if you open emergency provisions belong to part 18 and this part of the Constitution. And if you open amendment of the chapter of amendment of the Constitution, then the first paragraph of the chapter shows that it belongs to part 20 of the Constitution. So here the right answer is all the above, that is 1, 2, 3. Then which of the following statements is correct as per the Constitution of India? So India, we know, is a federal structure, federal country, and there are subjects are divided into three types: central, state, and concurrent. So number of subjects, like it is provided in schedule 7. Constitution is also divided into different schedules along with parts. So there are 12 schedules. Okay, 7 schedule deals with federal structure. In federal structure schedule, there are the total subjects are divided into three parts: center, state, and concurrent. At present, there are 100 total subjects present in center, 61 in state, and 52 in concurrent. If you are like most important part of this chapter should be about 44th Amendment Act, 42nd Amendment Act, because through 42nd Amendment Act, 5 subjects were changed from or transferred from state list to concurrent list. Okay, 42nd Amendment, and those 5 subjects were education, forest, weights and measures, wildlife protection, administration and justice, administration of justice. Okay, these were in contention between center and state, so they were subject like transferred from state to concurrent, so that both the states and center can concurrently make laws on these subjects. So moving back to the present question, what are the options here is option A or statement option A: interstate trade and commerce is a state subject on the state list. Just okay, use the common sense here. Okay, if the trade is between interstate, can only one state make laws on it? No. So this will be dealt by union or central list. Second, interstate migration is a state subject under the state list. Okay, interstate again, like if it is between two states, can one state make laws on that one? No, right? Again, that is also wrong. Then third one, wrong. Then third one, interstate quarantine is the union subject of the union list. This is true, because if you are active during the COVID period, you would be reading about quarantine measures which were taken up by union government. And fourth one, corporation tax is the state subject under the state list. This is wrong, because if you read newspaper and if you read any budget sessions, you will be seeing corporation tax is the highest source of income for the center in the particular year. Okay, so corporation tax is a central subject again. So the correct answer here is option C. Here what happened is, what you use here is common sense. Okay, so common sense also works a lot in your previous prelims questions. Next question is, under which of the following articles of the Constitution of India has the Supreme Court of India placed right to privacy? Okay, so right to privacy is always in news. Okay, so you should be knowing about right to privacy. Right to privacy was added in Article 21, that is right to life and personal liberty by Supreme Court through which act? Not act, through Puttaswamy case or other case, Justice Puttaswamy case. In this case, Supreme Court held that Article 21 also contains right to privacy as its implicit part. Okay, so right to privacy was upheld to fundamental status. And then after this, important question here is, okay, so what are the duties of Chief of Defence Staff as head of the Department of Military Affairs? Okay, CDS was in news in the last year, the last 2-3 years he has been in news, so you should be knowing about him. So this is also purely factual, but you can use your common sense here also. So statement 1, permanent chairman of the Chief of Staff Committee. This is the chief function of CDS, that is right. Second one is exercise military command over the 3 service. Just imagine, use your common sense. Okay, he can only provide policy recommendations, he can only give recommendations, he can only give suggestions, but does he command military command over the 3 services chiefs? No, he is only there to help them, he is only there to recommend or suggest there. So this statement becomes wrong. And then statement 3, principal military advisor to defense ministers on all tri-service matter. Okay, so advisor is correct, but exercising military command is wrong. So statement 1 and 2 becomes correct. Option B, 1 and 3 becomes correct. Option D is the correct answer. Okay. After this, next polity questions, important questions are, okay, so ethics committee. Question number 80. Which of the following statements are true about ethics committee in Lok Sabha are correct? Okay, so if you are reading the news in last year, you should be knowing about ethics committee, because ethics committee was in news because of Moham Maitra case. She was alleged that she used bribery for some cases. She was a MP and she was expelled because of not following rules or ethics of the parliament. So she was expelled from the parliament by ethics committee. So it was in news. Now you'll understand what are the statements which are correct about ethics committee. Statement 1, initially it was an ad hoc committee. Yes, most of the parliamentary committees are ad hoc committee only. So this was initially ad hoc committee, and then only a member of Lok Sabha can make complaint relating to unethical conduct of a member of Lok Sabha. Only a member of Lok Sabha. This was wrong because against Mahoma Maitra, initially the complaint was not from the member of the parliament but from the outsider. Later it was taken by the member of the parliament. So this statement becomes wrong. Then committee cannot take up any matter which is sub judice. Okay, this is right because most of the parliamentary committees cannot look into the matter which are of sub judice. What is sub judice? Sub judice is any case which is under the consideration by the judiciary. Such cases cannot be taken up by committees, parliamentary committees. So 2 is wrong. Exclude 2, 2, 2. So option is C, 1 and 3 only. And then after this, question number 81. Question number 81 deals with Nari Shakti Vandan Abhiyan. This was one of the most hot topics of last year. So Nari Shakti Vandan Abhiyan, it aims with providing reservation to like women legislators in the parliament. So question statement 1 is provisions will come into effect from 18th Lok Sabha. Okay, this is wrong because the election which was held in 2024 was the 18th Lok Sabha, was for the 18th Lok Sabha. So 18th Lok Sabha was already under the which was already taken place. So it didn't come into effect on 18th Lok Sabha. Actually, according to Nari Shakti Vandana Abhiyan, it will come into effect in after the Delimitation Act of 2026. Okay, once the 2024 election is going on, after 2026 there will be Delimitation Commission. They will draw the boundary and then they will redraw the seats. After that, the reservation will apply for women, and then it will be in force for 15 years after becoming the act. This was correct. Okay, and then there are provisions for the reservation of seats for scheduled caste women within the quota reserved for scheduled caste. Correct. So aim of the act is to empower women. So women belonging to different castes should also be empowered. That is why 1/3 reservation was given to SCs and STs within the quota. So here, if that one statement 1 is wrong, then remove all the statements with 1. Option C is the correct answer. So this is for the inaugural class. These are the questions which will discussed for today's class. In coming days, we will be discussing more questions. In the coming days, we will discuss the questions along with the subject of the particular topic, and we will also discuss in detail. So if you like the initiative, please do comment, and then share with your friends. If you have any suggestions for me, or if you have any suggestions for any other faculty or any other for institution, do write in the comment box. Okay, so this is for today's class. With this, I will end the class. Jai Hind.